welcome to the Street Angel Show on TradioV Hollywood. I gotta say, damn you, Mercury retrograde! We started the show off with massive technical difficulty on this mic, so let's hope and pray it will go good from this point forward, because we are now starting the show on manifesting your wants and needs and desires and the law of attraction. We've got some really exciting stuff happening on the show, and you really should watch every one of my shows, because this is the purpose of this show in general is to help others and help people grow and get enlightened and expose you to really cool new information. So I'm going to have two other awesome guests coming up in segment 2 and 3 of this show. We're going to have Anna Bliss and Stephanie Ann Lodge. So hang in there. We'll get to them in segment 2 and 3. I got a lot of stuff I want to run through on this topic, so we're going to get started. If this is your first time tuning in with the Street Angel Show, let me introduce myself. My name is Mandelyn Reese. I'm known as the LA Street Angel or the Street Angel, and I wear wings of various sizes and types with messages on the back, like positive, kind messages to just try to get people reconnected and being kind and nice to each other again. And I also have like various posters that I run out all over the country, pretty much. I've expanded to the country. So if you're interested, you can look me up later on this random stuff. You can check it out later. I'll show it at the end of the show. But okay, let me get to the manifesting stuff, because there's a lot I want to go through today. Okay, so I just published a second book that I was one of the contributing authors, and it's called Discover Your Destiny, Live Your Dreams, Love Your Life. I don't know if you can see that okay, but it's available. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, guys. It's available on Kindle and Nook right now. It's only 99 cents, so if you can't invest in that, there's something wrong. But if you're broke, we also have a blog that it's available on. I wrote some of the steps on the angelphoenix.blogspot.com. You can read the steps on my latest entry. I write steps in this book about how to manifest the things that you want and need in life and your dreams. And I'm going to be running through it pretty fast and some tips and stuff that will help you get there. So let's do that. Okay, let me see. Oh, and by the way, that book made the international bestsellers list, so I can say, woo, yeah, I made it on there. Okay, so the first thing, if you're wanting to manifest your wants and needs in your life, is you got to get clear on what you want. So take some time to daydream, meditate, if that's what you want to call it, you know, snooze and write down stuff. Have a journal that you keep your ideas on. So you want to really, like, think about what do you want? What is your heart telling you? You know, there's things your head's wanting and then your heart's wanting. So try to tune in, what is your heart's desire? And this can be in career, love, anything, health. So get clear on what you want. Write down your needs, things that will help you with your life. Wants, things that you actually really want. Like, ooh, I really want that awesome dress over there. You know, there's a difference between needs and wants. And desires, things you want to accomplish in your life. So figure out what you want. Once you get clarity on that, and I have my little Buddha here, so sit and meditate and think about what you want. So then once you get clear on that, write them down in organized lists. So you can have various lists, long time or short time, like a daily list to do things, or weekly, monthly, and also stuff you want to get done in this lifetime, in this embodiment that you're here on Earth right now. So the bigger things can be like, I want to get married, and I want to have 9 kids, and, you know, whatever it is you want. But get clear on that, or a house, or whatever. So organized lists, you know, have one for your career. What do you want to do with your life? And a really good tip for figuring that out is, how can you contribute to the whole? How can you share your divine, awesome talents and your special self with everybody, help others? That's a really good way to, you know, think of something you want to do with your career is, you know, you're a unique person and you have your unique talents, and whatever it is you got going on, you can actually make a living doing with whatever it is you're doing. And everybody's different, so, and you're all contributing as your own ministry to the whole. So don't feel bad about whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Release judgment and guilt and all that stuff, shame. Okay, so once you got clear on what you want, make lists. Now speak. It's important that you speak and pray and verbalize the things that you want. Now, this could be praying, if you want to call it praying. Talk to the universe, talk to God, talk to whatever or whoever you believe in out there there are other dimensions, there are other entities out there, whether you want to believe it or not, they're around. They can help you bring your needs and wants and desires into your life. And speaking is a stronger vibration that you're sending out than just thinking. So you can be thinking, I want this, I want that. But if you're actually speaking it, that's even stronger that you're putting out there. So, you know, get clear on what you want, write it down, tell people what you want. If you're in conversation, even with strangers, speak about what you are hoping for, what you're wanting, the things you need. Oftentimes, things come into your life via other people. They will gift you things that you wanted or asked for, like Santa Claus, right? Kids get taken to Santa Claus by their parents to figure out what are the parents going to buy them for Christmas. So that's kind of an example of what I'm talking about. You know, speak what you need and want and have it come to you in various ways. You never know how it's going to, you know, appear, manifest. So then, once you got that going on, speaking and praying and, you know, chanting and whatever you want to do, another helpful thing to get clear is vision boards. So this can be really fun. If you're kind of into the arts and crafts or drawing or painting, put out what you want on paper. Like you can get scraps from newspapers or magazines. You can draw, you can paint, you can get colorful with it. Like draw what you want. You know, draw like your ideal wedding if that's what you want. You know, draw the type of house maybe you would like to have, or if you want a dog, or, you know, write or draw, or, you know, whatever you got to do, put it down in a vision so that you can reflect on this thing that you're working for or wanting to attract. Okay, so got that. Plan course of action to help others. That will help be productive. Okay, so once you got that, then you have to look for opportunities that come your way. Doors that open for you. You got to be able to act. Like, just go for it. Release fears. Fear less, live more. So we deal with fears all the time. Pretty much every day, right? I know I do. It just happens. So you got to try to move beyond your fears, conquer them, face them, and try to turn fear more into excitement, you know? And then you can really get in with that. And so act on opportunities that come your way and be on the lookout. If people invite you to a certain thing and your heart kind of trembles, that means, hey, that's an opportunity that you're probably going to want to look at. Okay. So if you're having trouble figuring out a decision, like your split decision, and you really can't figure out, should I go this way or that way? Should I do this or that or pick this or that? I have a little trick. Yes, no cards. My no says, angels advise against this inquiry, or yes, this path is recommended or supported by angels. So if you're really split decision on something, yes, no cards are actually really helpful in your life. You can like pray over it or talk to the angels or talk to God or whatever you believe in. Just talk to the universe about it and then pick one at random. And you know what? This has never really led me astray. So, you know, I'm grateful for my yes, no cards because I get split decision a lot. Another thing is flip a coin. If you don't have your yes, no cards hanging around at home, or if you're out and about, even if you're like at a dinner and you don't know what to, you know, order, you know, flip a coin, yes or no, what should I get? And that'll help you figure that out. And now if you live in the feeling of gratitude for the things that you have, that strengthens your ability to attract the things that you want and need into your life. So gratitude's a really high vibration, joy, happiness. Like they all contribute. You know, positive thoughts are a lot more powerful than negative thoughts. And they're creating your reality, your perception, and how you react to things, or creating your life as you go along. So live in the present, focus on things you can be grateful for in each day and each moment. And then you'll have more abundance coming into you. So enjoy the journey. If you're focused so much on a destination, you could totally forget that you're in a present moment right now. You could be missing out on whatever's going on in the now. So have gratitude, live in the present, enjoy the journey. So that's kind of what I go through in the book and blog and everything like that. So be sure to sit and meditate after this. Oh, actually, Stephanie and Lodge at the segment 3 of the show, she's going to be walking us through a manifesting technique. So hang around long enough to get through that, and if you can't watch this live, then you can watch it later. So I want to run through some stuff that I brought that will really help you with manifesting, law of attraction, learning more about it. The secret is awesome. They have it DVD and book form. I highly recommend the DVD if you're a more visual person. Book if you love reading. I have both just because, you know, it's that awesome. This really walks you through the law of attraction and how powerful it is in your life. And it goes through different segments like your health and your relationships and your career and how to set your vibration and to attract the right circumstances that leads to your desires. So you got to buy this. You got to invest in it and have it around. Watch it, you know, every other month or something like that. And a companion book to that is The Magic. It's actually pretty cool. It really focuses a lot on how to use the gratitude to attract the things you want with the law of attraction. So this is an awesome book, and it can help you bring in money or love and all kinds of interesting stuff. So check out The Magic. Those 3 things are really good. If you're struggling with money, this is a cool book, Creative Abundance by Mark Prophet and Elizabeth Clare Prophet. So this can help you work through monetary issues if you have, you know, a lot of people have blockages on attracting abundance into their life. They have a lot of guilt and shame over money, or they're constantly thinking, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. Well, you got to shift your perception to, I have abundance, I'm grateful for what I have, and then you can attract more and more and more opportunities. So check into this, Creative Abundance. And something I like is Good Luck Manifesting Cards by Deepak Chopra. I'm actually going to get to meet him in February at an event. I'm so excited. He's really well-known motivational speaker and author. He's written a ton of books on spirituality. I put a bunch of these quote cards in my bathroom. They really help me. I spend a lot of time in the bathroom getting ready each day, and you know, you shower and you brush your teeth, and I have quotes all around my mirror. Really helpful things to keep me in like a positive mindset, and I highly recommend you do that too. Like, just write some positive quotes and put them around where you see them all the time. It'll really help shift your perception to, yay, I feel better about life. Now, I have this other book here, Jack Canfield's Key to Living the Law of Attraction. Now, this guy, I think, was the Chicken Soup for the Soul guy. And this is a cool book because it actually has pages where you can write out the things that you want and don't want. And for each thing, relationships, personal goals, body and health, and career. So this book can really help you with listing out what you want. And I recommend you use pencil in case you change your mind, because that's totally okay in life. If you change your mind about stuff that you thought you wanted, go back and change it, and then start putting out that vibration that, you know, this is the new thing that you want. So yeah, Jack Canfield's Key to Law of Attraction. And now, if you're interested in how to manifest like a relationship, this lady, I met her in person, Debbie Ann DeRose. She has How I Met the Man of My Dreams, A Guide to Manifesting Yours. Haven't quite got through it yet, obviously, but it's really cool to check it out. She sells these online, I believe. Debbie Ann DeRose, How to Manifest a Relationship That You Want. It works for men as well. Abundance Oil by Young Living. I'm a Young Living rep, but this stuff is like magic potion, yo. Like, and it's really potent. I actually put mine in a mixture spray that I made myself with holy water and some rose oil and whatever. Spray it on your lower chakras. It helps to attract. You got to be careful with this stuff, because whatever you use with it, it will attract. And so if you're thinking a bunch of negative crap, you might attract a bunch of negative crap. So make sure it's positive stuff, you know, like use the abundance oil carefully. I made some for my friend Star. She was all excited about it. So abundance oil, Young Living. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth it, trust me. I want to finish this segment up. I hope you enjoyed that with an oath of manifestation you can write down and use for yourself. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give, and it is done now. I hope you enjoyed all my random stuff. I'm so glad I actually got through all of it. I manifested this talk show, yo, so you might want to, check this out. Here's my contact info. We're going to be right back with 2 guests, Anna Bliss and Stephanie Ann Lodge, to talk about their manifesting techniques. Thank you. Be right back.
To heal these streets, wipe away the dust with your secret.
All right. Hello and welcome back to the Street Angel Show on TradioV. We are now going to be introducing guest Anna Bliss right here to my left here. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
She is a lady of all talents. I mean, she's got like a fire dancer and she's done modeling, but she's written an awesome book that's available on Amazon, right? She does Reiki healing services. Yeah, let's hear about your book because I know that was a really big deal.
So yes, as of a few months ago, I become a published author, and this is my first book. It's on reincarnation, time travel, quantum healing, and past life regressions, all from my work as a hypnotherapist and past life regressionist in the past 6 years.
That's so fascinating. Like, I really would like a session with you if we could arrange it sometime, because I just want to know what it's like, because I know it actually made a top seller list or something, right? I saw that you posted.
It's in the top 10 books that will change your life in 2015.
So that's a cool book. What's it called again? Time Travelers?
It's called Time Travelers, Stories of Reincarnation, and it's found on Amazon.com. You can order it, and it's found also on Kindle, so you can download it onto your Kindle directly.
That is really cool. Now, with your book, like, do you have a crazy story with it? Like...
Oh my God! Well, my life, just the way I got into this, it's been amazing for me, you know, to unravel myself and to go and digging deeper into myself to find healing and find freedom. And once I learned about manifesting, I kind of became obsessed with it because I was like, oh my God, I can change my life by changing my thoughts, by changing my
It's magic. That's why we're all these colors. I was like, it's magic. And so let's hear, like, what do you want to say? Like, how is it, like, anything you want to say about manifesting or, like, the power?
The power of manifesting is real. What I found in the past 6 years working with people, primarily with the mind, is that you can't stop manifesting. You know, we're really manifesting machines.
Right.
The trick is to manifest the things that you actually want.
Right.
Which brings me to hypnotherapy, to the power of the mind and how it works. And we have pretty much about 5 to 10% conscious control of our thoughts, and the rest is all subconscious, which comes from our programming from our childhood.
We're putting out a lot of signals we're not even aware of with our subconscious.
So much is out there.
She's
90%.
a licensed hypnotherapist.
Certified hypnotherapist.
And other things. I'm interested in your theta healing too.
I do theta, Reiki, energy healing, all levels. I teach manifestation. I teach body, mind, spirit.
Guided meditations.
Health. I do guided meditations, quantum jumping. I've been really into quantum healing. And
on earth is that? This is the first time I'm hearing quantum. Let's hear it.
Quantum jumping is great. For example, for manifesting, you pretty much put yourself in the future timeline of where you want to be. And then you vibrationally tune yourself there. And it's done through a specific meditation.
Wow.
Guided meditation. It's kind of like a future progression. So I work with the past and the future.
That is so cool.
And a lot of it has to do with eliminating blocks and fears and doubts and negativity from the mind. And a lot of times we're not aware of it, but the way we know is by what we see around us, right? So you look around in your life.
How you were raised and the programming. I like how you use that word, because literally your parents and religion and all kinds of things could have programmed you.
Oh, yeah.
From as early as infancy, you know, as soon as you're born into the family you're born into. So it's like you got to rework your brain, and that's what you help with.
That's exactly what
I think we have pictures of you leading awesome, like, meditations. Like, what was it, lightning in a bottle or something?
Lightning in a bottle.
I was there. I was so there. It was beautiful. She did a great job. It was the most fascinating, like, view. Like, that was great.
It was surreal. So many people showed up 10 a.m. on a Friday at this amazing festival.
That's her signing her book.
Then I had my book signing.
That was a really good meditation. Like,
Thank
I'm so
you.
glad I could have been there for that, because like it was just an experience. Like, it's hard to even put into words.
That
you know?
was actually timeline therapy, and we
Oh,
went
yeah.
into our current timeline and eliminated a negative emotion. So for everyone that's different, but I was able to generalize it, and of course it works more effectively one-on-one when you're working with a therapist, hypnotherapist, manifestation coach,
Do you
Reiki healer, whatever it is. But you can also do it in group sessions,
Right.
and it's up to you basically how open you are to it, how much you want it, how much
got to
you're
be
willing
open to it.
believe in it. That's the key, is
Right.
believing in it.
Do you combine hypnosis and theta healing? Like, can you put someone under and work on their lower levels of their vibration? Is that theta?
Well, it's a little different process. It's different. I sometimes do a combination of things. You know, I'll do like a guided meditation,
Right.
hypnosis with Reiki. Exactly. I
Okay.
customize according to the person's energy and what they need and want in the session, and got great results. But you know, as I always tell everyone, there's no magic pill. Like, some people come in and they're like, heal me, you know,
Right.
like clear it all for me. And
Hey,
I'm
at
like,
least
well,
they're open to it, right? Like, that's the first step.
yes, it's
You know?
great to want it. But as I tell everyone, there's no magic pill. And you are the magic pill, and it depends on
Rewire
you.
the brain. Right.
Right. But sometimes it takes a while just to like undo the blocks, undo the fears, and release and heal the past.
Do you help
Clear
people on the
that.
phone too?
Of course.
Because
Phone,
why don't you tell
Skype.
people your website? She has a ton of services, and she can help you as well with manifesting, removing blocks,
Emotional
healings.
clearing has been huge. First, you got to heal and clear, and then rewire, and then reprogram, and affirmations and positivity. Just fill your head, your mind, your body, your life with positivity, with all the things that you actually want. So stop
Exactly.
focusing on what you don't want.
Right.
But then at the same time, you have to clear a house.
Right. I mean, you kind of have to know like what you don't want, but you want to focus and put the
Yes.
energy into the positive and what you do want.
Definitely.
Because I mean, you got to kind of know they go together. You know, I definitely don't want an abusive person like in my life, but I do want Prince Charming, right? You kind of have to know and focus on the good, right?
Absolutely.
So, tracks, she can. Yeah, both of
Yes.
them have. We all have this stuff, like, so you gotta like follow through with something here. We're trying to help you like manifest your dreams. So
Yes, we're
yes,
here for you.
take an opportunity.
You got support.
and
It's so
I-
important to get support also in this. You know, a lot of times, like, we try to do it on our own. We try to just do it all ourselves, and we can't. You know, even the best actually have support. They have hired other coaches, other healers, and God knows how many healers I've had
Yeah, you gotta
on
work
my
on
path,
yourself.
like healing me so I can be my best version. I can, you know,
I
help
think
others. We all sometimes pick up something or clearing something.
Yeah.
We're all evolving. I don't think anyone's fully perfect unless you're fully enlightened. Then you're just not really here anymore. But until we are, we have stuff to work through. And it's not about, like, pretending that, like, yes, I have it all figured out. I'm not saying that. But I have found a lot of powerful tools that really are helpful and really do work.
Yeah, I resonated with there's no instant magic pill, and I tell my clients it's a process. It's not instant pudding. It's more like Jell-O. It takes time to set, you know, and that's that whole idea is really important, that it's not about perfection. You're not going to get it all done.
Right.
It's just what is bringing you into your bliss, what is bringing you into that place of peace in your heart, and that's really the frequency that we're all moving into right now.
It's like kind of like one day at a time, really. You got to like battle through some of this negative and the blocks on a daily basis. Like, I mean, I know I experience that. Do you still go through it, even though you have tools, but at least when this bad stuff hits you, you have tools to work through it or ground it out, right?
Less and less. More I found myself, like, things come up, you know, or someone says something mean or negative or hurtful, someone cuts me off, and I'll get, like, angry, or stuff comes up, right? But then I release it. Like, I used to wallow in that. I used to stay in that. I used to suffer. I used to, like take days being sad, you know, and cry.
And they've moved on, and you're still holding it, right? That
Right,
idea, yeah.
like wallow in that. Now I'm able to move out of that, like to allow myself to feel it. You know, it's not about like pretending that it's not there.
Have the recognition.
Just know that, okay, like I'm human. I feel things. It's coming up, but then like release it in a healthy way, whether it is through meditation, breathing, yoga, going out in nature for a walk, or writing it out. out or calling a friend, like releasing it or taking like kickboxing or
It's
going out
so-
dancing. It's important to let it go in a healthy way, not to like release your rage on your dog or cat or friend or parents.
Hit your pillow.
Or break stuff.
Not
you
about
know?
lashing out.
It's
Just
not about
getting the
lashing
energy
out.
to
It's just about
Working out.
through.
moving. Exactly. Especially as you start to heal yourself on a deeper, more profound levels, more of these old things
Yeah.
come up that you didn't even know
Yeah.
was there, because it's just so deep in our subconscious that we can't access it unless, you know, we're doing this deep healing work. And a lot of these healing works have to do with just opening your heart and love, and intimate relationships will do that to you.
Yeah, the more baggage you release, like the better you feel, the more tools you have in your handbag to deal with life and the heavy crap, then the better off you are. Just as long as you have the awareness of, okay, I feel, or I'm thinking, or I'm feeling this way. Now what can I do to shift it? And it can take some process, like, but it's very, very empowering. Like she was describing in some detail, so empowering when you have this toolbox of ways you can pull yourself out of wallowing, or pull yourself out of depression, or pull yourself out of addiction, or whatever it is you're dealing with, right? Do you work with people who have addictions, or?
Oh, yes. All
And it
kinds of
helps
addictions. Yes.
kind of
well,
break-
the way I work through that is I get to the root, and I'm committed to getting to the root cause, to identifying the origin of their cause. So we don't bandage things.
'Cause it's kind of a coping,
You can-
usually.
Yeah, and you can put bandages in various ways, you know, and that's how people exhibit addiction, is through
The coping mechanism.
right. So when you go to the deepest part of, okay, where did this originate from, then you clear it from the bottom, from the root, and so it doesn't manifest in all these like other areas in your life, and addictions, like people get
Yeah.
addicted through all kinds
I'm
of
noticing,
things.
like, it seems like chronic that society is getting like addicted to alcohol, drugs, like more and more people, it seems like on a higher level, are like just really get like coping with life with these other things. And so it's really empowering to reduce your need for that stuff, you know, whether it's cigarettes or whatever, and find other ways. Like meditating really is balancing. People don't realize, like just literally sitting there and calming yourself down is incredibly calming to your body and
breath.
empowering. Yes.
And
Like-
sometimes it takes just going through life and finding out, okay, like I've really tried everything and I'm not happy. Like, let's get to the bottom of this, because I really want to. I think
Yeah.
ultimately everyone wants to be happy, right?
It's interesting you say that, because I'm working with a client and I realized you really need hypnotherapy. Like this is going, you need to get deeper, because I can do some transformational
We have
things.
1 minute.
but the hypno is important.
Any last awesomeness you want to share? A tip or something awesome?
My favorite things to work with is gratitude and love. I find those the most
Yes.
powerful energies in the universe, and the
Joy.
more that we joy,
Yeah.
bliss, gratitude.
Find pleasure in the
Find-
simple things.
And find your joy. Find the things that make you happy and follow that. Like, follow your highest joy that comes from your heart. Joy comes from the heart. So when you try to manifest from your mind, as you said, then that gets into the ego things. And and you might not
Ego.
get those things. But
Always battling the ego.
go into your heart.
Whatever. We'll be right back for segment 3. We're going to have Stephanie Lodge give us an awesome meditation technique. So hang in there. Thank you for tuning in. The Street Angel Show on TradioV Hollywood.
For the world to see. LA Street Angel, called to heal these streets. Wipe away the dust with your secret.
I feel like I'm struggling here with these things. Welcome back to the Street Angel Show on TradioV Hollywood. We are now going to be bringing in Stephanie Ann Lodge. She is a returning guest. We had her on our second episode on angels, and she really dove in and talked a lot more about herself. But for this episode, you're really going to be diving into something deep with us, right? You're going to teach us a manifesting technique. So
I am.
get a pen and paper and let's manifest.
Well, it's more experiential, so they can
Okay.
they can just feel into it.
All right, take
Um,
it from here.
So essentially, what we're going to do is something I call diamond heart alchemy.
Diamond Heart Alchemy.
Heart
That sounds
Alchemy.
really cool.
So what I want to describe to everybody, what I mean by the diamond heart, is if you visualize a diamond literally in your chest, and you can think of it as the aspect of you that is the soul. It is the frequency generators. Your heart generates a field of magnetic field, right? And so you're either magnetically drawing into you at all times or repelling things depending on what your frequency is at. And we're moving into a frequency that's really about faith. It's the gratitude in advance. It's knowing it's going to happen, letting it go, and not thinking and rethinking and constantly remunerating over it if it's going to happen. It's just letting it go, knowing it's done. So this process is getting deep into that diamond heart to frequency out the manifestation or the desire, the intention, what I want to say, dreaming awake our reality. And so through this process, we start in what I call the mind frame. The mind frame, again, is that inner movie screen, what we might say is the imagination station. And we turn our intention, our dream, into light. Everything really comes down to frequency of light, even sound, ultimately. So we bring it into a light color, and we're going to drop it into our diamond heart, and then we're going to grow that heart out into our what I call our field, our diamond light field, our template. And that's going to run as an interface between us 24/7, 365 until it manifests, and we let it go.
I love that.
So it's a really simple process, so that's the idea. So I'm just going to run us through
And
it.
that's perfect. Simple process. So you better take advantage of this moment right now. Get a
and
pen
just,
and paper.
And just in case we run out of time and people want to experience it on another way, this is my information.
Yeah, free meditating
StephanieLodge.com.
steps on her website. Check it out. Really nice website.
And so they can find out more information there.
Okay, StephanieLodge.com.
All right.
Are you gonna walk us through it?
We're gonna walk you through it. So
Should we close our eyes?
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
All right. So just go into that mind frame again, the inner movie screen of the mind, and imagine that you are watching a movie. And for those of you who have trouble visualizing, it can be an image, just a single image of something you really want to dream awake in this moment, something that your heart is desiring in this moment. And again, if you have to think about that longer, you can always come back to the recording of this. And just go into that frame and visualize like you're watching a movie and start to tune into the feeling of that and the feeling of your body as you're experiencing that. And you can also, if you have any quantifiable, let's say it's an amount of money or a certain date for a deadline, you can put that up there on the screen. And you can also just put a word up on the screen. Let's say you're just looking for clarity and you don't know how to give an image to that. So any of that's important. Remember, it is the intention that we are creating here. So with that intention, looking at just feeling into it, start to imagine a color. What is that color that is surrounding the frequency of this intention? And what you want to do is imagine that color slowly washing over the screen. And it's going to become a little bit more opaque. And as it becomes more opaque, imagine that it's absorbing that image, the entire image. And after it does that, it's now going to start to pixelate. In the pixelation, it is creating infinite potentials, infinite possibilities of what can manifest. So it's not about the hows. It's knowing that's all taken care of. It's just giving yourself infinite potential of how this will come into being or come into your reality. Now, leave the frame alone for a moment and bring your attention now down to your heart. And what I want you to imagine now is within the center of your heart space, a small spark or glow, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow. And as it grows into view, into your imagination, it grows into view. It's a diamond. And this diamond is two pyramids, base to base, one inverted or upside down and one upright. And they meet at the middle, right at the heart. The top point of this diamond, which is the top pyramid portion, the apex rests within what I call your angelic heart chakra, or your higher heart chakra. This is a chakra that's also associated with your thymus gland or your immune system, and it's going to basically be right at your clavicle bone. The bottom portion of the diamond rests within your solar plexus, or the chakra right at the pit of your stomach, right in that feeling center, right, your inner furnace. And this is what empowers it, okay? Now, what I say to people in explaining this diamond, it's a sacred geometric form. The I am presence that a lot of people are familiar with is that solar plexus aspect, the individualized spark of the divine or the source that we are. And the upper apex, where the angelic heart chakra is, this is the we are aspect, our connection to the collective universe of all. Within the middle, where your heart chakra is, at the center of this diamond, is the I know, or the I have faith. We know in certainty. And this is that aspect that is now the frequency we're working at. So this diamond is essentially charged with all three of these things. And as we sit within this space, knowing this, imagine now that your heart is beating, pulsing into the diamond and magnetizing it. So it is creating a magnetic field within this diamond. It is charging it up with joy and bliss and love and gratitude and all of the higher energy frequencies, unconditional love, universal love, everything and anything that brings you peace and childlike innocence and happiness. All of these aspects are being generated into this diamond and creating a sacred geometric vehicle, okay? Now, bring your attention back up into your mind frame and allow that beautiful light that you created to flow out of the frame. It's going to follow your chakra center. It's going to follow down into your neck, and it's going to pause briefly at the neck. And I'm just going to say for everybody, yes. And yes is the invitation, the affirmation, and charging this frequency, pulling it now down further into the higher heart, the angelic heart, the we are consciousness. We're just swirling it in that space, and that's going to give it the frequency of the collective, so that all of your angels and guides and anybody who surrounds you, dropping this light into the diamond itself. And now the diamond is going to take on the color, whatever color you chose. It's going to take on the color or the frequency of this light. So just feel into that, knowing that every beat of your heart is now charging every single pixel or quantum cell within that light, that atomic level. It's getting charged all the way down to your DNA, that inner light. And now we're just going to allow that radiance to connect into that vehicle known as the diamond. And as each beat of your heart pulses in there, it's magnetizing it and now expanding it. And so expand that diamond, visualize it expanding into your chest. And now just keep pulsing it out, pulsing it out, pulsing it out until you are literally standing within it or sitting within it. And just imagine it just kind of giving you an energetic hug. It's just bringing everything in your body online. With that, you are going to now expand it even further, about arm's length around you, maybe a little larger, and set it and anchor it into your light field. And what we do here now is we just know that it is anchored there, and it's going to be running, like I said, 24/7, 365 until it fully manifests. And we trust that it will manifest in the right time to come into its biggest radiance, I guess you could say, its brilliance. So just allow that to be anchored there. Know that it is done. Know that you are the creator. You are the architect and the designer and the artist of your life in every moment. And so you just can release this. And we're going to just release it into that field. Know that it will run. Know that it is essentially doing everything it needs to do automatically. It will align you to the people that you need to meet to bring it into fruition, or the circumstances or experiences automatically. And as we know this, we just let it go, release it, and together say, and so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
Wow.
So I kind of did that a little bit more in a rushed way than I normally would. I do these meditation groups every week.
Perfect for the occasion.
Yeah, and we do it as a collective. And so when we do it as a collective, it also empowers it even more, because the frequency of three here is
I
awesome.
don't know about you, but I feel a little blissed out.
I'm totally blissed
That
out.
totally works for me. Yeah.
So, like,
So it's the frequency again.
Yeah.
We're working. A lot of people call about we're shifting from 3D to 5D, right? And I think of it more as a frequency, 3F to 5F. But we're moving into this frequency, and when we align to that frequency, and we've released a lot of things, our programs, our limiting beliefs, right? We can just feel into it and just allow it, and then let it go.
You've got to have patience
Absolutely.
and faith and hope, right?
Absolutely. Well, the knowing
Trust.
is key, because
Trust.
that's
Trusting
the
is
trust.
so
That's part of
important.
the faith. Absolutely, absolute trust. Because if you bring in the thoughts again and wonder, why I did the diamond, why didn't it happen? And I will tell you, I've had clients who've manifested their dream job in 3 days because they got out of the way. And I've had people literally see a visual, and it literally like shows up in their life, and they freak out. And I'm like, if you get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta share this story. It's super fast, but when I wanted, I wrote that book that I showed in the 1st
Mhm.
segment, And then I realized I need to take my own advice. And I sat down, I meditated, what do I want? And the first thing I wrote down was I really would like to have my own talk show so that I can help others and enlighten others and share information. Within a week, I had manifested the contract
Absolutely.
at TradioV.
You got to be really careful now too, because the frequencies are so much more elevated in who we are, right?
Be
And
careful
so it's
about what you want.
happening a lot faster.
Especially when you're on your path, on your divine path,
Oh.
doing things from your heart, when you're in your
Yeah.
purpose, then like it will happen instantly.
You get a lot of help if
Yeah.
you are on purpose, like to help others, especially. You
Yes.
get a lot of help from
Yes.
other entities in the universe to add to the greater
Absolutely.
good.
Well, that's the we are aspect, right?
Right.
Knowing we're not alone, knowing we are one with an entire multiverse of light. That's where
All of
that's
us,
all
we're
is.
all
Yes.
angels. You're
Yeah.
my angel. You're my
We're all
angel.
connected.
We're
Yeah.
all connected.
Yeah, she said that she knew someone that knew you.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you said I and we. I want to share a quote. I met a lady who was a psychiatrist, and she's really cool. I can't remember her name, but it was just over the weekend. And she said there's a difference between illness and wellness. The I and illness and the we and wellness. Like
That's awesome.
shift from I-ness and selfishness to
Yeah.
we-ness and collaborating. That's why
Absolutely.
I have this show, to collaborate with others.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's so funny you say that, because I told you on the last show I'm starting Zen Woman, which I'll put on my
Yes.
other little poster.
that looked
my
like a
little
really nice
plug.
site. This is a free site,
So
people.
this is coming
Zen-
up soon. Zen Woman is launching 2-2. I don't know if they can see that.
What is it?
So it's going to be about being in balance. So we don't need to be super women. We don't need to do. It's all about being and all of our ways of being, right? And we got the little
both
Angel of
pulled
Balance
the
card.
Angel
We
of
pulled
Balance
this one
card today.
Yeah.
What is that deck?
This is actually a really cool deck. It's called Energy Oracle Cards
I've never heard
by
of it,
Sandra
but
Ann
it's
Taylor.
cool.
It's a good deck. Definitely check it out.
What are the odds of that, right? Synchronicity. We
right.
pulled the same card.
We
Yeah.
did that before. We
Yeah,
pulled the same
There
card.
was that ISIS.
the Isis card. Yeah.
She's really big on ISIS, so it's like pretty cool. If you, not ISIS, the terrorist group. We're talking about ISIS, the goddess with wings, the Egyptian
The original
goddess.
ISIS.
The original ISIS. We've
I
gotta
find
be
very
clear.
ironic, by the way.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. So that was a free
So yeah,
site.
so Zen Woman is essentially going to
blog?
be a blog, but it's also going to be a guide to different things that bring balance and also empowerment and all of the things about being, right? But the collective collaboration of women is really part of its underlying current, because I find that when we come together as like masterminds, or what I call heart mastery, and we work in these frequencies together, we're creating our world in a different way, and and the women are really leading the way in many ways now to come into our heart. And that's what's really transforming things. So
well, you know why?
it's all
It's
about that.
because this has historically been a very patriarchal dimension on this earth plane. And we have got to get more balance with the
Right.
feminine energies.
Exactly.
Men need to realize that there's the infinity sign for a reason, like the masculine and the feminine. We need each other. And when, it
Exactly.
doesn't matter if you're gay, bi, straight, the masculine and feminine energies, they work together in creation. I mean,
And it's really important too, though, because there's a lot of women who feel that to step into their power, they have to somehow push down the men. And I want to get really, really clear that it's not that. It's
Right,
not
lift
about
each other
It's
up.
about everybody finding their hearts together and loving each other unconditionally. And it's the conditions,
supporting
which is
each
what you
other.
work on, is all these limiting beliefs and conditions that we want to put on things that constricts. And unconditional love is all about expansion and joy. And so that's the manifestation frequency too.
And with that note, with the talking about masculine, feminine, next week's show, I'm going to have two guys on as my guests. One who really specializes in Kundalini meditation kind of activation,
Awesome.
and one who's really into exercising the body and nutrition. Really great light worker guys. I'm so excited to have them on. So make sure you tune
Perfect.
in next week, Thursday live, 1 p.m. on the 28th. TradioV.com, and if you can't watch live, don't worry, we'll record it, and you can watch it later at your own leisure. So be sure to come back and join us. Thank you for watching. Watch all my shows. This is like gonna change your life, I promise, right?
Thanks, Mandelyn.
Yeah, thanks for coming, you all.
Thank
It was
you for
great
So much
having you.
fun.
All right, so see you next week at the Street Angels Show on TradioV.com. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Blessing.
LA street angel, giving everything, holding up your side for the world to see.
You are watching TradioV, Radio and TV.